Hey team, I'm so excited you're here on the Redken YouTube channel. I'm Maggie MH, and today I'm going to be teaching you the basics of a partial highlight using Shades EQ and Redken Flash Lift. Let's get into it. Okay babe, tell me about your hair.
I did a full highlight and a Scandinavian hairline like 4 months ago.
Yeah, I got some little roots going on. I think it would be nice to do like a classic partial highlight and kind of drag some color in between to make it like a little bit more lived in, but with an ashy color. Are you okay with that, or do you want it to be like solid?
I kind of like lived in because it helps it grow out nicer.
Good, yeah. I think that adding some nice dimension through here would help it grow out better, and it would also make it look blonder, because having the contrast actually makes your hair look brighter.
Okay.
And then did you want to do a Scandinavian hairline again? How did you feel about that?
I liked it.
You did like it?
It made me feel really blonde.
I love that.
Very bright.
Yeah, if you wear your hair like slick back.
No.
Yeah, I know. That's what the Scandinavian hairline does not look good with that.
You know, I don't do that anyway, so
perfect.
It's all good.
Then let's do it. We are going to do a partial highlight, add some lived-in dimension in between, and top it off with a beautiful Scandinavian hairline. And I think it's gonna look really good and complement your features and achieve your hair goals. Let's get started. All right, team, let's get into sectioning. So I have a really cool approach to my sectioning for partial highlights, and I'm so excited to share. I'm gonna part it straight down the back, like so. I'm gonna find the curve of her head by placing my hand here, and this is where you know it starts, where your hand starts to elevate past it, okay? This is the round of her head. I'm gonna go to the middle of the round of her head here, okay? And I'm gonna part from that part, and I'm gonna drag it to behind her ear, like so. And then I'm gonna come through and do the same thing on this side, dragging to the ear. And now that I have my 4 quadrants, I'm gonna take each section and cut a triangle off of the top. Coming to the next side, trying to make sure they're as even as possible. Place that in a clip. And now I'm gonna go to these front sections, and I'm also gonna cut off the top triangle of these. So very simple, just create your 4 sections based off of the round of the head, and then go through and cut off the top triangle of each section. I'm gonna come in and foil from this side of the rhombus up to here. So it's gonna be straight up foils like this. When you release this, look how much coverage you get on the back of the head. So you're able to get all this coverage in the back of the head by only doing 1 section as opposed to 2. So I just saved you a lot of time. Okay, coming in for the rest of our sectioning, I'm gonna go from the corner of the rhombus down back to the ear, like this. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm gonna place this bottom section into a little braid, since we won't be touching this today. So, rhombus, and then connect the sides. This is our final sectioning. Really simple. This sectioning is awesome. It allows you to make a really high impact in less time and with less effort. You're gonna love this placement. Let's get into what I have on my tray. Today I am going to be using a Redken Flash Lift, and I'm gonna use the 8 levels of lift one. This lightener is good for a number of techniques, including freehand painting, foiling, whatever. It's powerful, but it's really good for naturally light bases like this. We don't have to use the 9 on her because this is more gentle. My favorite thing about this lightener by far is the consistency. It's super satiny, really soft, and not grainy at all. The powder is super fine, so it gives you a really nice and satisfying application. I mixed it 1-to-1 with 10 volume, because again, she has a very naturally light hair, and it's super fine, so this is all that we're gonna need to perform our highlights on her. I have my application brush. Since her roots are a little bit shorter, I'm gonna use a small brush so that I can get really good precision. My weaving comb, and some classic foils. This is all you really need for your little partial highlight, so let's get started. I like to start in the back just in case I want to rinse the lightener. So coming into our rhombus section, we are gonna work from here to here. Very simple. Taking our first section and then pulling straight out. And I am going to do a classic weave, diving all the way through the whole section, no dropout. Just make sure you're grabbing the end of each section. Going in with my foil, folding over, lifting up, placing the foil underneath, pushing against the hair, pulling my comb upwards as I go to get a lot of tightness. See how the foil comes out like that? Taking the end of my comb, flattening the foil to make sure it's really close. And now I'm gonna reduce the tension just a little bit to make sure that I'm not putting too much tension on it, because that's when you can start to get bleeders. And now I'm gonna go in with my lightener and pull down where I think necessary onto those darker pieces. Not getting too close to the edge of the foil, because again, we don't want bleeders in there. Now I'm going to fold. And I am gonna close the foils only because I don't want these foils on this end to start getting in the way. And now I am going to continue that same pattern all the way up this rhombus section. Just make sure that you're staying in line with this here. This is your angle that you're working with. You can do a slice and then a weave. You can do all slices if they want to be more blonde. You can do dropout if they want to be more dimensional. It's completely customizable and up to you. For her look that she wants, I'm gonna stay consistent in this back section with just weaving all the way through. Going through, staying consistent with my sectioning, grabbing the hair, combing it first to stay nice and clean, and weaving, diving all the way through the section. I remember when I was in beauty school, the first time I ever saw an educator go in with a comb and like do that weaving thing like so fast. I remember being so impressed and thinking like, wow, I'm never gonna be able to do that. And here I am, teaching you how to do it. Applying a consistent, nice amount of lightener, making sure that you're not overlapping, not getting the lightener too close to the edge of the foil, and being really clean and intentional about every move that we make. Because even with the simple services, it's always important to put your best foot forward and do nice, clean work and put care into every single one of your clients. When you're going in here and pushing down, I want you to make sure that you're pushing parallel with the head and not on the foils behind it. And that when you're pulling your comb out and applying this pressure here, you're staying parallel with the head with your pressure, so you're not pushing down really hard on the foils behind it, because you don't want to create a lot of bleeders by doing that. So make sure that you're meticulous with where you're placing your pressure. I'm gonna continue this all the way up this rhombus, and then I'll bring you back and show you what it looks like when it's all done. Okay guys, I just finished the back section. It was so quick and so easy. That's another thing that I love about this sectioning. I was able to get this done in what, like maybe 10 or 15 minutes or less. You can see that these all lay nicely just like this. This is gonna create a beautiful blend and a lot of coverage. Let's move on to the sides now. So since we are doing a Scandinavian hairline, and I'm gonna do that at the shampoo bowl, I'm gonna section these pieces out that I'm gonna be painting. Just going around her hairline and sectioning out these pieces that are just gonna get hand painted at the bowl, clipping them away. Now I'm gonna take this top section here, divide it into two. So in this bottom section, I'm gonna opt for a little bit more dimension than in this top section here. For my first section, I am going to take a slice just to add some more brightness behind that Scandinavian hairline. Placing my foil in on that slice. For these side sections, I'm only gonna fold the top layer down, and I'm gonna leave the bottom open like that. And the reason that I'm doing that is because I'm gonna come in between with a low light, and if I fold this, the hair will be up, and I don't wanna get any color on these pieces. So save yourself some time, and if you're gonna low light in between, leave that foil down. I'm gonna continue foiling all the way up this section like so. Now I'm gonna transition to a weaving pattern. Again, thin section, tight weave, still gonna provide a lot of impact, but add some soft dimension behind that slice and behind the hairline. Okay guys, I'm gonna continue doing exactly what I showed you, working my way all the way back, staying super consistent with my sectioning, and then I'll bring you back to show you what that looks like when it's all done. All right guys, we just completed this side. Again, it was very quick, maybe like 10 minutes I got this done. I'm gonna repeat the exact same thing on the other side. I'll bring you back to show you that, and then we will move on to the top sections. Now we're gonna move into these top two sections. So I'm leaving out this baby front section here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a slice right behind this, and then I'm gonna start shifting my foils this way to gradually reach the same angle that we have here at the end, so we can get a clean finish here. So working just like this. So I'm gonna go in, get my slice here. This is gonna create a nice pop of blonde in the front. Again, I'm not gonna fold my foil on this side. I'm gonna leave the hair sticking straight out. I am gonna fold it on the inside, however, because I don't wanna get in the way of my foils that I'm going to do in my next section. And then I'm gonna start shifting my angle to better match that back angle here. I am gonna do one more slice, I think, yes. Just to further accentuate her money piece. And now I'm gonna switch to my weaving pattern, bouncing all the way through the section, like I did on the other sections. Slowly shifting, turning slightly like this as I go, and then foiling straight back. Okay guys, we finished this side. A moment of silence for how tight and nice and beautiful these foils look. Boom. And it lines up very nicely with our back section. Everything's gonna blend together beautifully. So I'm just gonna repeat this exact same process on this side. I'll show you the finished look of the foils, and then we will move on to the lowlights. All right guys, the foils are complete. Gorgeous, stunning, amazing work. Clap for me. Thank you, I can hear it, I can hear it. All right guys, now we're gonna go in and do the lowlights. So let me get that formulated and mixed up, and then we'll go into that. Okay, for our low lighting formula, I am going to do half 8N, half 7N. This is gonna give us a really nice, balanced, neutral beige tone, which is perfect for a low light. It's gonna help to mimic that natural hair color. I'm gonna be using the gloss to gel. For a thicker consistency, I like to use this on my low lights because it gives me a little bit more control. And I'm just gonna go in between the foils and drag this down. Super simple. We're gonna go in at the line of demarcation. We're not gonna touch her natural root. I'm gonna come back through here and blend down after I'm done with this. And now, I'm just going to paint in between every foil. We're gonna tone out some of this brassiness and add some subtle dimension to her hair. So I'm gonna go through on her whole head, and I'm just gonna paint this low light about 2 to 3 inches, very uniform around her whole head. And that's pretty much it, guys. I'll bring you back and show you what that looks like when I'm all done. Now I'm gonna come through to the back. Even though this is a partial highlight, I am gonna do a little melt on this back section just so things blend a little bit better. So I'm just gonna go in on the line of demarcation, and I'm gonna pull this down about 2 to 3 inches all the way through on the back of her hair. Every 2 sections, I'm gonna go in with a metal brush, comb through for optimal blending. When you're combing color through, just make sure that the ends are brushed out nice and clean so you don't get any snags and pull color through to the ends. That completes our application. Now we're just gonna let this process for 20 minutes, and then we will rinse her out and do her final toner. It is fully processed, and it's time for one of my favorite parts of the service, which is removing the foils. Super satisfying. Let's check this lift. Bam, it's perfect, and that's the tea. Now I'm gonna go in with the Acidic Bonding Concentrate Shampoo. This is gonna repair her hair after the bleaching service. It emulsifies really nicely. It's good for all hair textures. I love this stuff, gorgeous. And you only need a little bit too. A little bit goes a long way. This is gonna really fortify her hair and get us ready for toning. And now we're gonna go in with the Acidic Bonding Concentrate Conditioner. She's gorgeous, she's thick, she's luxe, but never heavy. Just a little bit goes a long way. I am gonna let this conditioner sit while I do her Scandinavian hairline. I am going to use Flash Lift 9 with 20 volume, and I'll show you how I do that in just a sec. Just gotta go mix up. Always do it thinner than you think. I think a lot of people do the Scandinavian hairline a little too thick, in my opinion. Mine's nice and thin. I'm gonna start by holding the hair straight out from where it grows. Painting closest to the face first, making sure I'm grabbing all those little baby hairs. And then I'm going to flip it and paint in the back, nice and clean. Now I'm gonna grab this corner, making sure everything's nice and connected. And again for this front piece. Perfect. Now I'm gonna do the exact same thing on the other side. By painting it down onto her face, her body is gonna produce a lot of heat, so it's gonna process really nicely. She doesn't need any foils. Her natural level is light enough. So we're just gonna let her sit here for about 15 minutes and then we'll come check it and then we will do our final tone. Guys, look at that gorgeous, clean lift. No toner, nothing, so beautiful. Okay guys, to finish off this gorgeous blonde, I'm gonna be using one of my all-time favorite toners, which is 10P. It's an ivory pearl and it has a blue-violet undertone, so it's gonna give her that icy blonde that she loves, and I'm going to mix it with the Shades EQ Gloss, and it's gonna seal everything in and provide a gorgeous finish for our blonde. So we are gonna go in on dry hair with that 10P. We're just gonna apply that all over, brush it through, and let it process for 20 minutes. All right, we're gonna get into the blow dry. I'm gonna start with the 25 benefits. This thing has a lot of benefits, but my favorite thing about it is that it detangles, it adds shine, and it nourishes the hair. It makes it a lot easier for you to brush it through, but it's not super heavy. And then I'm gonna do the acidic bonding concentrate. This is gonna help to repair those ends and give us a little bit of heat protection as well. Now we're gonna go in with the quick blowout. This is gonna speed up our blow drying time, add some shine. This is super lightweight and it is also a heat protectant as well. And then I'm gonna add some volume and texture with the root lifter. This is a medium hold mousse. It's great for fine hair. And I'm just gonna go in at the base and add some of this to her roots. Give her some nice volume. I'm gonna brush all those products through and do a gorgeous blowout on her, and then I will show you the final results. Okay, baby, you can open your eyes.
Oh, wow.
Do you love it?
I love it. It's so icy. It's so pretty.
Do you love this like subtle dimension through here? Do you see how it kind of makes the front pop even more to have like a little bit of darkness at the base?
I do. I really like that actually. It looks so good.
And your Scandinavian hairline.
It's so blonde. I love it.
I'm so jealous. It looks so good curled too.
It's so pretty.
One thing that I want to highlight is the rhombus sectioning in the back. Look at all this gorgeous coverage we got in one section. It's so blended and so beautiful and also so easy to execute. That's my favorite part of this application for sure. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed that class. If you utilize those techniques, be sure to tag me because I would love to see your work. I'll see you next time.